Athletes in the world can only play the catch-up game because at the moment a Nigerian holds the world record. And she's been awesome. The calendar year 2022, winning a gold at the African Championships in 2019. She won a gold medal at the 2018 Commonwealth Games. She is the holder of the gold as far as the Commonwealth Games is concerned. And in 2018, 2015, and 2015 at the Juniors and African Championship. Talking about the senior and also the junior level, she has been dominant. Well, joining us at this stage is Tobi Loba, and if I'm not wrong in Yoruba, it means God is great, or God is a great king. Tobi, many thanks for joining us. I would start by saying congratulations to you on your feat as far as the World Championship is concerned.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me on the show.
You know, Tobi, the last time I spoke to you on this platform, on TVC Sports Desk, you know, I said Kendra Harrison, I'm a fan of Kendra Harrison, but when it comes to the hurdles, you are my favorite. And you went neck to neck with Kendra at the World Championship. Let's take a look at that moment going into the final of the 110 meters hurdles, having Kendra Harrison, the world record holder, beside you. What was going on in your mind at that point in time, Tobi?
Most definitely, hurdles is not a race you go into worrying about your competitors. Although you still have to subconsciously, think about how fast the field is. But I was solely focused on myself, my lane, my hurdles, and trying to execute as best as I can. And I did pretty much that. But it's an awesome feeling, racing against the world record holder. We did race one time this year, and the other girls, they were so amazing, and it was just an honor, racing that caliber of top athletes in the world.
Let's take a look at the medal presentation, and most especially when the national anthem was recited. The interesting national anthem of Nigeria. We saw the tears roll down from the eyes of Oluwatobiloba Amusan. What was on your mind? How emotional was that? And I must say that, Tobi, you were not the only Nigerian crying. A lot of Nigerians who were watching were crying. And yes, I also shed tears, no doubt, tears of joy, Tobi.
Yeah, it's been a journey. That's the only word I can use. It's been series of fifth, fourth place finishes, and not. It was just that moment for me because I felt like the goal was to come into the championship and get a medal. And, coming out on top of the podium, hearing the national anthem play, looking at my coach in the stands and, just seeing our hard work and, tears, pain, and sweat, come to pass in victory. It was an awesome feeling. And it was something I couldn't control. So, yeah.
It wasn't something she could control, and Nigerians appreciating, what you've done. After that moment, there were a lot of messages, from Nigerians, most especially if you take a look at the social media. How did that make you feel?
It was overwhelming at first. I'm seeing a lot of, fans, new friends, just old friends. Oh, Toby, this people from my high school. And I'm like, I need a social media manager. I'm beginning to get overwhelmed, but the love is massive. It just shows that people actually see the effort and the work being put in, and they kind of appreciate and celebrate you when you do tremendous things in sport. And I was really thankful for that, to know that I have such support system outside my family.
So let me take you back to the year 2016, if I'm not making a mistake, or you can indeed correct me if I'm wrong. You took to your social media and done Oluwatobiloba Amusan, OLY, and you posted something, unknown now. but I will be unforgettable. I will persist until I succeed. What year was that? And
That
what led to that?
honestly, that was in 2016 when I first got to the United States.
Hmm.
And I actually opened Twitter because it was my school, UTEP, was more interactive on there, posting track related stuff. And people come to me and be like, "Oh, they posted a picture of you." I'm like, "Where is it?" They'll say on Twitter. I'm like, "I don't have Twitter." So I saw this quote. It was just a bunch of quotes, and I just picked from here, there, and there, and I just put it together. And another thing that actually led to that was I was at the NCAA championship in 2016, and then I met the world record holder, which was Kenny Harrison, and I took a picture with her, and then I told coach, I'm like, huh, I want to be fast just like her. And she was like, it's okay. You don't have to work hard and all of that. And I'm like, yeah. So I just sat down. The first tweet I actually had was that tweet, and I did it as a pin tweet, and it's been there since 2016.
Interesting. Very, very emotional. If you've just tuned in, you're watching the program Sports Desk, and it's an honor to indeed have the world record holder as far as the 110 meters hurdles is concerned in the women's category, Tobi Amusan. And if you want to continue with the judge session, if you're watching on TVC Entertainment, you can join us on other platforms. You've got YouTube Live anywhere you are in the world to enjoy this interview. Not also forgetting channel 418 on DSTV. You have Go TV. Not forgetting Star Times as we indeed go ahead with this exclusive interview with Tobi Amusan, the world record holder.
TVC Sports Desk.
Still talking to Tobi Amusan at this point, and it's all about one great moment. We're x-raying, the performance of the World Championships, and the Holy Book says, "And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." And it was just a vision for Tobi Amusan as Omodia joins us, and also I still have George in the studio. Omo, I know you'd have one or two questions for Tobi at this point in time. Let me start with you, Omo, your question for her.
Well, Tobi, first of all, I want to say congratulations. I asked this same question yesterday, and I want to say to you, from where you started from, what has been your most challenging moment, growing up and, getting into the sprint? What has been your most challenging moment before you got to this stage now?
Being an athlete, it's a lot of challenges that comes with it, mentally, physically, psychologically. Just being an athlete is overwhelming. Some days, you don't wake up 100. You don't want to go to practice. And some days you feel 100, you just want to do everything. And, you'll be asking the coach, is that all? And some days you're just mentally drained because, when you're training really hard and you're not performing according to what you're capable of doing, it can be messy at times.
Wow.
And I feel like growing up, financial aspect was more of the major challenges I had. But thankfully, I was able to get a scholarship into the United States and, got signed by Adidas, and I couldn't be more thankful.
George, what question for Tobi?
Yeah, congratulations, Tobi. The question I'll be asking you, based on my medical background, is she mentioned a lot of mentally, psychologically, to the challenges that you've been facing. And my question will be, there were a couple of fourth place finishes, and we all know what that can do to anybody, getting so close yet being so far away. How were you able to psychologically, what was done? Did you have access to a psychologist, or what was it that you were able to do to get yourself from those low points to the point where you got to the final and you were in your head getting ready for yourself and you hit the mark?
Firstly, I was mentally drained after the Olympics. It took me a while to get out of that zone with the help of God, my manager, my parents, um, my sport father, my surrogate father. I have a lot of fathers. They know themselves. I have a lot of fathers. I have a lot of mentors, on the track. I try to just, associate myself with positive minded people and, not get too deep into the past situation, even though it's only for the moment. But I had to just, brace up and look forward to what comes next. But it was really tough. And in January, I started seeing a psychologist. His name is Kenny, by the way. So he did help me through a lot of, we got series of sections in together. While I'm in Europe, he would ask, "Are you good? What do you want to talk about?" He would always check on me every now and then. And like I said, my support system is solid. I don't think anyone has my support system. Even when the train is crumbling, they will still tell you God is good, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But they kept me grounded. They kept me sane, so I could have been more thankful for them.
All right, Tobi, not so much time for you to rest, most especially if you consider the fact that it was just days ago that you broke that world record. And in a couple of hours, we saw the official opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Games. And at the Commonwealth Games, you are also the defending champion. Does this put any form of pressure on Tobi if you go to Africa, if you go to Asia, you go to Europe, anywhere you go in the world, and you talk about the orders today, they will say Tobi Amusan in the women's category. Everyone is playing the catch-up game. Does this in any way put Tobi under pressure?
Mentally, my coach will always say I'm the toughest girl she's ever met. So I think I did that pretty good this year. So, I think I always pressurize myself because I expect too much from the hard work I always put in a practice. So I expect way too much at competitions. But this year it was more of, with my psychologist, we kind of practice how to be calm, even though, it's just for the moment. Once you step on the line, it's another drama going on in your head. But, we practiced a lot of how to stay calm, how to stay calm, how to stay calm. And I think, that come to a good play this year. And, going into every other competition, coming forth, I'm just gonna, do the same thing, no pressure, world record order, world championship, gold medalist. That's behind me. I'm coming into the track meet as a new Tobi that is ready to execute and run freely. Yeah.
Okay, the world record holder, no doubt. And then we'll chuck into her on Sports Desk, TVC precisely. And when Tobi won that race, Tobi took to a dance step, that Bugawan.
Yeah.
Well, Tobi, I know you're seated, and while seated, maybe we could just have another flexing, of the Bugawan you did, after you won, that interesting record. Your fans definitely, it was...
That wasn't intentional, actually.
It wasn't intentional. I know.
No. That was a fan in the stands, and he kept singing, "Oh, no." So I just had to, finish it.
You just did that. You just did that. Well, Tobi, we wish you success. As far as the Commonwealth Games is concerned, all eyes will be on you. And like they say, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. And at this moment, I'm sure, Tobi, you have a Jamaican coach, and
yes, I do.
Definitely there is the talk of support, for individual athletes. What do you want to say in terms of the corporate Nigeria to come and support, athletes like you who are doing the country proud?
You know, um, as an athlete, we are humans as well. So if athletes go to a championship, I'm gonna refer based on previous championships. Don't just overlook them and make them feel like they're failures or the next competition cannot be better. Continue to support, continue to, give them words of encouragement because that's not the end of the road. The words of encouragement is what's gonna, drive them to say, okay, this person said this, that person said this. I'm gonna, I had a lot of comments from athletes like me, pro athletes like me, stating that they want to hang their spikes, they want to give up, da 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 da. But because they see me through the struggles, and I still came, I come back every year. We try again every now and then until I got to where I am right now. That they're not gonna give up. That's the kind of that's the kind of energy I want from people to athletes, and that's all they can do for us. We're not asking for money. We're not asking for anything crazy. We're just asking for support. So I feel like responses and feedbacks play a huge effect on athletes. Be good or bad performance, everyone came and they did their best. So I'm gonna say thank you to Nigerians for their continuous support when it comes to we athletes, and we love them so much.
Well, Tobi, I said that was going to be my last question. My producer says I should ask this. There will be a picture on the screen shortly for our viewers, but I think I sent such pictures to you in the course of our conversation days back. I can see Mila Wibo and some other athletes, having to sign on the board, maybe some form of autograph and all that. And when Tobi signed, she said, incoming world champion. Was that the calendar year 2022 or that was years back?
Yeah, that was at the Adidas Hospitality in Oregon. So we were supposed to go pick up some stuffs as because we made the team to the championship. So on getting there, we had the vision board, which says states that only the best for the athletes. So I saw everyone writing, 100-meter African record holder. Everyone was just writing whatever it is they want to write. And underneath Shanae's Miller, I saw her write world champion, world junior champion, Olympic champion. I'm like, whew, all these accolades. I ain't got nothing to my name. I'm like, well, Tobi Amusan, incoming world record holder and world champion. And I wrote African record holder and Diamond League winner with an hashtag, he will do it. From my pen to God's ears. It happened that same week. Because I wrote it on the 22nd of this month. Yeah.
Live. And it happened in a matter of days. Tobi, Jamaica have their own Usain Bolt, or they had Usain Bolt. We have Oluwatobiloba Amusan, and I'm sure those from Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, and wherever will be proud of your success. And many Nigerians will want to step into that shoes to become world champion. Tobi, many thanks for talking to us on the program Sports Desk, and continue to do Nigeria proud, most especially at the Commonwealth Games.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.